Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Deanna, and I am a nomad on a spiritual and physical journey. Someone had asked me, what are holidays like as a nomad? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, specifically about my experience having a very American Thanksgiving dinner in Tunisia. I felt like this is the perfect holiday to discuss because this holiday is basically as American as it gets. So I am already in my next destination of Athens, Greece. I do have some more videos that I recorded in Tunisia, but I felt like it was important to post this one first, given that it is the holiday season and that Thanksgiving just happened. Today, I don't have a ton of light in the apartment, so I am filming outside. I will try to pause when something loud happens. I am right next to Acropolis, which is, of course, a very busy tourist area, but it's a pretty quiet day outside. So here we go. So this was basically my first Thanksgiving in 4 years. 2019, I didn't go to Thanksgiving dinner because I was with my ex and we were just working. 2020, I was traveling for Thanksgiving, and I think a lot of people weren't having it anyway. 2021, again, I was traveling, and this year I would have been traveling again. I was traveling again, but I just got so lucky as to be invited to a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was amazing. It was seriously one of the best Thanksgivings ever. More of a Friendsgiving, but it happened on Thanksgiving Day, and it was just such a great experience. So I felt so grateful to have met an American in Tunisia who was willing to have me for Thanksgiving. So while I was in Tunisia, I met a really great guy. He is a Tunisian man, and I found out when he invited me to a gathering at his place that his friend group is pretty international. There was probably about maybe 20 or so people there, and there were at least 5 nationalities represented, probably more. But it was my first time getting to really hang out with other Americans on my nomad journey. Like, I've made a lot of connections, but not a lot of Americans. So I was pretty excited to meet some of his American friends. This is basically how I got the invite to Thanksgiving dinner in Tunisia. So his very close friend is an American who's been living in Tunisia for, I think, 14 years. Tunisia is a really great place. There's a lot of Americans and expats in general that have chosen to make it their long-term home, and people tend to end up meeting someone while they're there and get married. And yeah, so that's what happened with this guy in particular. When I met this American guy at my friend's party, he just invited me to Thanksgiving dinner, and I told him, oh, so and so has already invited me, and he said, oh, he comes to my house for Thanksgiving. And I was like, okay, so I guess I'm coming. There were probably about 20 or so people there. Most of the people there were Tunisian, and there were, I think, 3 or 4 other Americans besides myself. So we did have some foods that are not traditional American Thanksgiving foods, but we also had all of the classic American Thanksgiving foods, most of which were made by this American guy's very lovely Tunisian wife. Some of the things she was like, I had no idea what this is or how to make it. I just kind of guessed, and she did an amazing job. She was such an amazing host. I literally told her, you are such an angel. Just like, he's walking around, greeting everyone, talking to everyone. And she was literally preparing like so many different dishes, and I was just so impressed by her. Basically, what the day consisted of was, it started late in the evening, which is not the traditional American Thanksgiving in my experience. My family arrives early in the afternoon, usually around 1 p.m., and dinner would start by 3. And before heading there, I asked my friend, are we running on American time or Arab time? And he said American time. The time that I was given was 7 p.m. I think we started eating dinner around 10 or 11. So then when I was talking to my friend about it, I was like, no, this is Arab time. American time is that at the time when you were told to show up, dinner starts promptly pretty soon after. And Arab time is you're given say 7 p.m. And then people just start, like, that's the time that you're allowed to start arriving. So people continue to arrive 7, 8, 9, 10, and then yeah, I think dinner was at 11. So I really loved this mixed cultural aspect of Thanksgiving. Of course, when most of the people there were not American, there's a lot of dishes there that weren't American. And so just to have, like, I mean, to be honest, American Thanksgiving food is not my favorite, has never been my favorite, and part of the reason that I have avoided Thanksgiving in the past. So to have lots of different types of cuisines was great. So I made some things to bring as well. I made a very American style Caesar salad. I have learned to make an amazing Caesar dressing on my travels because I love Caesar salad, but Caesar salads outside of the US don't quench that craving when I have a craving for a Caesar salad because they're very, very different. So I made that. And I also made an apple crisp, which was really yummy. And then finally, when it was time for dinner, everyone just grabbed a plate. The table was completely filled with food. Most people were sitting all over other areas of the house. There's a really nice, large, open living room, dining room. So people were just kind of sitting all around. I think some people might have sat outside. There's a nice seating area outside, and it's Tunisia, so even though it was almost winter and getting chilly, the weather was nothing like it would be in New England at Thanksgiving time, which is usually pretty cold. So once all the food was out before we ate, the American man who was hosting just had a toast and said thank you to everyone for being there and said a few nice words, and that was it. We did a toast and then we ate. For food, there was of course turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, lots of different types of vegetables. There was like a French dish that I had never eaten before, but it was like potato, mincemeat, maybe some type of pasta, and definitely some lemon flavors, and I think cheese. There was mac and cheese. There was just a bunch of different foods. Very similar to American Thanksgiving. There was so many desserts, like more than you would have the opportunity to try, and everyone was just sitting around talking, laughing, drinking, and it was a great time. I also have never experienced a Thanksgiving with alcohol, which I realize is not the traditional American style Thanksgiving. I think most families probably have alcohol at Thanksgiving, but my family doesn't drink on either side, so we do not. My favorite dessert that I ate was made by the partner of one of the American guys. She is a Tunisian woman, and she basically was like, I don't know what this is. I just threw a bunch of things together. And what I would compare it to was, so there's this Tunisian dessert called Zurir, Z-R-I-R. And it is the best way I can think to describe it is like peanut butter, but better. It's not just peanuts, it's a bunch of different nuts, and it's not as creamy as peanut butter. It's like a paste with a bunch of different nuts, and it's so delicious. So what I would compare this dessert to was almost like a cross between Zurir and apple pie. And that's what I told her, and she was like, wow, I will take that as a compliment. And I was like, yes, it is. One of the American women that was there also made some chocolate fudge, which has major nostalgic vibes for me because my grandfather absolutely loved fudge and would often have fudge in the house. So eating that reminded me of my family back home. I don't know if fudge is a thing elsewhere. I haven't gone looking for it, but it was really nice to have it. So in this case, this holiday as a digital nomad was not very different than it would be if I were at home. I felt so grateful for that, just to have like some semblance of home. It's been almost a year since I've stepped foot in the United States, and although there are so many things that I love about being abroad, I think it would be pretty impossible not to start to miss certain things from home every once in a while, especially on a holiday. So again, I was just so grateful to be there. I'm so grateful to have had this experience, to have had a holiday that really felt like I was at home, to have gotten to spend it with so many amazing people, and yeah. So my next holiday abroad will be Christmas. I will be on the Greek island of Crete. I do not know what I will be doing yet, but I will make a video about it. I will try and do a vlog of my Christmas in Crete, and it will probably not be such a traditional American Christmas. So who knows? I will share whatever ends up happening. I'm still in the early stages of getting accustomed to spending holidays abroad away from home, and I'm really excited and open to the idea of sharing these special days with people that I meet along my travels and getting to experience holidays in so many different places, so many different cultures, and just seeing what's involved with that. So if you have experience spending a holiday away from home, tell me what it was like. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.